Last night, the world learned about the mass torture going on in El Salvador's CECOT prison, the place Donald Trump sent hundreds of men to. Albrego Garcia was the first person to be released from CECOT after major efforts, international attention, the work of sitting senators from the Democratic Party, and many more. He is the first person to be brought back to the U.S., and so far he remains in a U.S. federal prison because the judge thought if they released him that the Trump administration would just try to deport him again. And it is important to remind you, Mr. Albrego Garcia was only placed into CECOT because the Trump administration, without evidence still to this day, stated he was a gang member and has declared that gang to be a terrorist organization currently invading the United States. It was literally their excuse to use the Enemy Aliens Act. But late last night, we learned that Mr. Garcia had experienced horrific torture at the hands of the El Salvadoran government, and this is torture that is being paid and financed for by the United States government. Mr. Albrego Garcia reports that he was subjected to severe mistreatment upon arrival at CECOT, including but not limited to severe beatings, severe sleep deprivation, inadequate nutrition, and psychological torture. Mr. Albrego Garcia reported that him and 20 other Salvadorans were forced to kneel from 9 p.m. at night till 6 in the morning the following day, meaning a 9-hour period kneeling, and they were beaten by the guards if they ever fell or slacked on this, and they were at this moment not allowed to use the toilet, forcing Mr. Albrego Garcia to soil himself during this 9-hour torture session. From the moment he arrived, a jail official said, "Welcome to CECOT. Whoever enters here doesn't leave." He was then beaten and taken, hit in the head, struck in the legs with boots and arms to make him change his clothes faster. His head was shaved, and then he continued to be beaten as they marched him. Guards repeatedly told him that they would move him to a cell with real gang members who would, quote, tear him apart. He also observed when prisoners would violently attack each other, no medical aid would come and the prison would not respond at all. In just the first 2 weeks, he lost 31 pounds, or about 14 kilos. He also reported they would move him and other prisoners to places that looked better, with better food, with better conditions, and take photographs of them on mattresses that looked nice and with nice food, as a pure propaganda tool. And during his entire time in CECOT, he was denied any contact with anyone and no contact with any legal representation until Senator Van Hollen of Maryland went to El Salvador himself. And this is just one story that we know about from a man who has already gotten out. Can you imagine what is happening to the other 233 people sent there by Donald Trump? And with the announcement this week of the Everglades concentration camp in Florida built by Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump, and his statement that he wishes to see this go nationwide for every state to have a concentration camp, that he sees them as becoming a system that lasts. What the fuck do you think is going to happen? If you do not stand up, Americans, you are running out of time. Every hour you waste, every hour you think, I am not going to go and do anything today to stop this, is another day that they get to solidify and cement their control. And eventually, there won't be time to rebel. And what you'll have to do will be significantly more extreme than a general strike. Thank you for watching. Please donate so you can keep this show going and I can keep reporting. Thank you.